Hey guys, this is our current rendition of the Longshot kit. I just wanted to go over a few of the design changes that we made between our samples and the final kit. The first one I want to talk about is a bolt sled reinforcement. The bolt sled is largely in the same configuration as the stock, but we noticed that in our stock Longshots, the main place they were breaking was up here with that 10 kg spring. So we increased the amount of material around here, and also of course all of these parts are now made of a new high impact polycarbonate. The next change was the reduction in dead space. We kept the O-ring in the center here, so we'd have a very thick slab of polycarbonate at the back here to absorb that impact, and there'll be no dead space that needs filling. We reduced the dead space in the back by tightening up this hole, so we'll get a lot of airflow and 100% of the air should be used. We increased the thickness of this plunger to 2 millimeters, except right here where it interfaces with the shell, but all around it's now a 2 millimeter thick plunger. Let's see, we are shipping this kit with an 8 kilogram spring because the difference between the 8 and the 10 were negligible. It was maybe a 2 to 5 feet per second increase, with a great deal more wear and tear on the shell and the blaster itself. We seem to have reached the limit of what is possible with this open breech. In order to squeeze more performance out of this breech, we would have to reduce the volume of the plunger but greatly increase the pressure, and that would guarantee that the dart is fired after the spring is compressed. As it stands now, the plunger doesn't travel to the end of the plunger tube before the dart leaves the barrel, which is ideal for the upcoming sealed breech. So we didn't want to mess with that, because as it stands, the current Longshot configuration is ideal for putting a sealed breech or closed bolt system or whatever you want to call it, and we're expecting fantastic performance gains with that. But for right now, this breech works very well, and it's a tiny bit inefficient, but it will be really awesome when we come out with that next sealed breech. So right now, the breech actually screws in to the intersection here. So when we have a sealed breech kit, this will be easily removable. You can screw in the sealed portion and you'll be good to go. The polycarbonate on polycarbonate threads are pretty smooth. It should be no problem to screw this together. And as you can see, there's a little over a centimeter of threaded polycarbonate right there. So when these two pieces are screwed together, it is a very, very tight air seal. There's no leakage whatsoever, so you won't have to worry about that. These are the beefed up O-rings, as you can see here. They're very smooth, they fit perfectly, and they are the same for the front and the back. Other than that, we increased the radius, or improved the radius here to guarantee one-hand priming, even with the massive 8 kilogram spring. Also, the priming handle is about 120% larger than the stock priming handle. This will give you a very secure grip. I mean, I have pretty big hands and this fills them. It's very easy to one-hand prime. We have a little spacer here that, I don't know, see if you can see that right there. It hugs the shell and keeps everything in place, so you don't really have to worry about that side-to-side wobble with the that we saw with the long strikes. This gives you a really solid one-hand prime, and this piece is threaded very securely, just like the threads here. There's a large threaded section. And let's get this open. So as you can see, you won't have to worry about this coming loose during use. it's really on there. Okay, there we go. So this section of threaded bar will pass through your bolt sled. We enlarge this hole just a little bit to allow for the threads to pass through. And then you can secure your handle on the other side. There is a mark here in the bar which shows you where to stop so you don't over tighten. And for the long strike, if you use this handle on a long strike, you just screw it in about a centimeter short, because the long strike is wider for some reason. Now a note about the darts. The Longshot, as you know, is one of the older blasters out there, and the dart tooth is the very simple gate that moves up and down. The elite darts do not like that because they do not have a post that extends as far as the standard streamlines. In the streamline, there's a rubber plug that extends about this far. In the elite darts, it only goes about to here. So this kit will fire the elites just fine. You just have to be a little more gentle as you load them because they're just flimsier overall. But see, they will load just fine. But you can see right there, that's what I'm talking about. The dart will squish up at the front and can give you problems with your dart tooth if you're not careful. Now the normal streamlines, no problem. They just go right in. So these are the major design changes that we've made from the stock kit to increase the strength and reliability. Oh, one more real quick. These screws right here, we've had extra material reinforcing around the sides here so you won't have to worry about them coming off when you attach the retention plate, like so. Alright guys, these are the major changes from stock parts. Besides strength, these are the little performance updates and ease of use changes, and we hope you enjoy them.